What is up, people? How's it going? I'm back. From Memphis. What's happening, Tyler? Let me turn the music down just a touch. I've been trying to find like a good non-copyright playlist that like isn't gonna mess with anything. Like some of them say non-copyright, but it like randomly does anyway. Evening, everyone. Hope things are well. I agree. I'm just gonna repeat your own statements. What's up, New Jersey Damo? So today we're gonna kind of just recap my calling experience with the Jarl. So I did play Jarl. A lot of people were somewhat surprised that I played Jarl, which is kind of weird because I play Guardian, just like Josh plays Warrior all the time, right? So like, how is that a surprise? I don't know, but here we are. I did decently well, believe it or not. I went 4-3 with the Jarl deck that is basically the exact same thing as my A to Z. I'll show you the exact thing. My Patreon's got a sneak peek of that. I've already sent that with the kind of matchup guide there. So if you guys aren't Patreons already, there is a reason to do that if you're wanting to play a kind of well-versed Jarl deck that I put a lot of time into. So, but let's see. Let me kind of transition over to this screen. Hey, here we go. So this is the list that I played. I know it's a copy. So it's basically the exact same CYB board that I had for my Patreons before. But I've added some new cards, like Flexors. I think this card is obviously very strong. Just using it as Iron Hide at reaction speed can be really good. And then the ceiling is kind of like, you can block against like a Dio for a ton, right? Like if they have some big, huge turn, you can just, you know, block like 16 with the card. It's kind of crazy. Honestly, I've been doing some testing on an ice control Jarl and it's cooking. Yes, sir. If anyone thinks it's weird, they aren't ready to get got. See, ice Jarl is really not that bad. A lot of people are not believers. I actually tried one, and if you guys have seen the Jarl opening video where I did some like kind of upgrade and some upgrade options, like a more budget option than a more like expensive option that plays the decomposed cards that you see me play a lot. There was also a list on there that was very Ice Fuse centric and played around making a bunch of frostbites. So you played Snow Under, for example, right? But yeah, so you were blown away by Hamilton's and Tangles and Moltres. Yeah, I was too. I saw that and I was like, oh, he's doing the Lord's work. That's it. That's it. So the list that we're probably going to kind of play test today is actually a similar list to that one. I don't know the exact list that Hamilton played. I've seen things that could be the list, but I'm not absolutely sure. But I'll show you my variation anyway, because I like to kind of put my own flair on different things and whatnot. If the audio, by the way, so kind of getting off topic a little bit, if the audio on the microphone starts crackling or does anything weird, please tell me. I'm using a new filter. So if it is, I know a fix, I'll do it. I just need to know. I won't know otherwise. Okay, so yeah, this is the boy, right? Good old Jarl, right? This is the exact list I played with some cool cold foil flexors. I can pull them out, so there they are. How sweet is that? I know it's kind of hard to see, but there it is. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so talking about the list. So for those of you who have watched the A to Z, if you're not Patreons, this list will look familiar as well if you have looked at these. So Crown of Providence and Norrund Hood, this is a kind of a big deviation between those two. I was playing Norrund Boots before, but Quick Dodge Flexors, I kind of feel like I would like the Norrund and the Flexors at the same time, but I only want one piece, so that was kind of the sacrifice I made. So before we get too much into like what the deck was and the cards that are in it and whatnot. I'm going to talk about some of the matchups. Okay. So round one, I play against a new. They were playing this assassin card. Let me see. I need to make a new list because I don't exactly remember the name of the card, but it was super interesting actually. And it was like a, where's new? N. There she is. Okay. It was a assassin mystic. This intimate inducement. So they played like 8 copies of this. We talked about it a little bit afterwards, and they were playing it specifically against decks like Jarl and whatnot. And it's also just like, it's a reasonable card, to be honest. I hate that it doesn't give more damage, but it was like definitely there to kind of tech and get the CYBs out. And it also was removing threats from my deck, which was super annoying as well, right? So they played this. The game went super, super long. We were going to end up in a draw situation just because it did end up very long, but I was ahead by like 20 life points. And basically if we had another like 20 minutes or something, 15 minutes, it would probably end up in my favor, right? So they were gracious enough to say like, hey, you got it. Obviously I do not put that on my opponent at all when it comes to that. That was his decision. He said, you got it. So I got the win. So, and I played very tight, I would say, in this matchup. I know you guys have seen me play on Talishar a little bit against New, and I'll play some very silly sequences and whatnot, but I practiced a lot more for this tournament, so I did a lot better, right? But we ended up getting that win. Then, let me get my notepad out, because I had everything written down. Okay, so this is why you take notes as who the character is. So we played against New. Then game 2 was against Ira. This is one of the coolest games that I've had in a very long time. So Ira traditionally can be very like, almost like a guardian mirror. So it goes back and forth pretty heavily. And they were playing kind of the more traditional style Ira, where they're going dagger, dagger, swing a 1 for 5, or they're going dagger into CNC, you know, just like the normal things. And I think they were playing dual threat, because most Iras are. It's a yellow 3 block, 0 cost, so why wouldn't you? But that wasn't like their whole thing. They were playing the bunch of head jabs or anything like that, right? What's up, Marcus? I don't think I said hi to you in Memphis. I did see you. I meant to say hi to you. But glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out. But yeah, so it was a very like traditional style Ira game. And I was playing CYB, doing all those things. And we get to a point in the game where I get like a super critical blizzard at the very end. Okay. They're at 5, I'm at 3. So it ends their entire turn. They had to pitch a red out of their hand to even keep go again. So they just kind of filtered the red. I assume they have another 1 for 5 red, or they have a 2 for 6 or something along those lines, right? So they just go an arsenal. It goes to my turn. I keep 2 blues and a CYB. I definitely have Pummel still in the deck. I attack with my hammer, coming in for 5. They block with 2 cards, knowing that it could possibly be Pummel, right? But then I do the bluff, as you do with the CYB, and I go, CYB in reactions, and he's just like, okay, in response I'm gonna play Poison the Well, and this was like a CYB gaining 7, so I died immediately. And then afterwards he was like, yes, my one of, I found it at the right time. And you can't be mad at that. Honestly, I was just like, hey, it's a game, you know. It was a good time. Dude was super nice. We had a great time playing. Good back and forth, so can't be mad at that. Felt very good about the way I played. It's just sometimes you get got. There's some counter cards in the game, and it is what it is. Next round, I play against Viz. I believe this was Kevin who won the Battle Harden, if I remember correctly. It may have been... Kevin may have been round 6, but he was one of the Viz. So we're playing, and this Viz specifically, you know, I'm doing my traditional game plan. You guys have seen that on stream a couple of times. And, you know, I do the pivot fatigue, and then we'll attack and disrupt and try to blow up their rune chance if they are trying to set up. So I just kind of do this back and forth, is the short of it. So they're stacking the rune chance. Then they go, play some Malefics. I eventually play a Crumble. So Crumble is a very pivotal moment whenever you play that card. The Viserai has a decision to make. They either A, have to believe that you have a smack of reality that's going to blow up all the rune chants, so they have to go off prematurely, or they just have to say, okay, well, if I get my rune chants blown up, then I'm just going to rebuild back, and it's kind of dependent on the hand situation. So of course I play the Crumble. The next turn they go off, and then the rest of the game I go to Fatigue. But then they get like 4 Malefics out, and I just can't really deal with it. So one card I did not play was Roiling Fissure. So that's a card that you can play to potentially be able to blow up all these Malefic incantations and whatnot. I think it's pretty sweet. Have you done anything with tech plating and fissure into Enigma? If you have, how has it felt? So I tried tech plating and fissure into Enigma. I feel like it doesn't line up as much as I would like. And the moment that you have to do that, you have to have such a dense hand of cards that you're already behind to try to claw back, but then they just rebuild their board state again, that it doesn't really do a whole lot. I think Fissure is more of a card that you want to kind of tech towards Viserai if you're trying to play like a more mid-rangey, disruptive, like attack them game plan, as opposed to what I did here with the kind of Fatigue. So basically, going back to the Viserai game, I'm in the Fatigue mode. I'm blocking all of this, and I had a super cool sequence with quick dodge flexors where when you play against Viserai, you can pay 1 resource to stop an arcane damage. That's effectively gaining 1 life or blocking 1 with a resource. You can also gain kind of like 2 with, where's my mouse? With this card. So I had to like really think about it, and I took a little bit to tank to try to figure out like what the best option was for me to be able to survive one of their really, really powerful turns. And I was able to, get 2 or 3 activations on quick dodge flexors, save the turn, and it allowed me to live at 2, which is a very critical life total, just in case they're playing Vexing Malice. Well, we continue on the game. They eventually get like Morgentide Revel, and I die. It is what it is. But this definitely helped. This card is very good, and it has some really crazy lines. Oh, against the Ira game, I also got like 6 value out of this. So 1 blue turned into 6 block. It was super, super strong. So I lost that Viserai game. So at this point, I'm 1-2, and I'm like, I'm not feeling great, but I'm playing. We go into another Ira match. I play against, it feels like another traditional style Ira, but with a little bit more low to the ground. They have a little more head jazz, but it's still traditional Ira. We have a super long game. I feel really good. There was one turn where I play a CNC. They end up drawing 3 D-Reacts in their hand, right? 3 D-Reacts on my CNC. So they block 2, I pummel it, and then they're just like, okay, yeah, whatever. You got my D-React. From hand, I got to discard 1, and then I got to discard my like Flick Flack from Arsenal. So that was pretty crazy. So that was a pretty big push to be able to win that game. Still ended up being really close. I was completely naked at the end of the game, just like the Ira. It was like 1-1. Eventually, CYB was able to gain me up to 7, and I was able to close out with that. Next matchup is Aurora. Aurora is pretty dang easy. Gonna be honest, it's pretty easy. The moment that you get disruption, as long as you can continue to chain disruption, it's almost impossible for them to do anything like very, very pivotal to be able to claw that back. They did try to do like a mini combo. They did get the combo off, but it was like a combo for 8 or 10 instead of a combo for like 20 something like it usually is. So the ice feels really strong for that. That game did not last very long. Was able to take a bathroom break after that, so worked out pretty well. The next match, so at this point I'm 3-3. No, sorry, 3-2. So I'm feeling good. 3-2 already ahead. Play against another Viz, and I don't remember. Yes, this was the first Viz was Kevin. The other Viz, I don't remember your name. I apologize if you're watching or if you look back to this, but it was kind of a newer player wearing a NASA hoodie. I do remember that. Very cool dude, but he gave me the business. It was like Mordred-Tide, Revel turns back to back. They didn't even really set up very much. They did like 1 setup turn and then just killed me out of nowhere. I think it was the Pisserai list. if I remember correctly, so very much aggro, but they were able to hit the high roll they need to be able to combat fatigue. So didn't get there on that. And then the last matchup was against KO. KO can be difficult for Guardian, for sure, because their numbers are just really good. But if you time your stalagmites right, and you time, you know, blizzards and things like that, things of those nature, and the disruption, then you can get down to a position where you're pretty close in life total, and then the CYB will catch you up. So all in all, I went 4-3, pretty good. Didn't feel too bad. Unfortunately, that is not good enough for day 2 in this case. So I played Calling B. Calling B, I opened a couple of bombs. I opened a Take Up the Mantle, I believe is the card, the yellow assassin card. I opened that. I opened a couple of assassin specific defense reactions, and I opened, I think, a tarantula toxin. So it sounds good. It sounds good, but the rest of the deck was pretty dog crap. So I think the best stealth cards I had in red were like one Mark of the Black Widow and a couple of other things. I could have played Fang. I think my Fang pool was also mediocre, but it probably would have been a little more consistent. But it was so close, and the fact that I had the defense reactions pushed me to want to try to play Arachne in this case. So I end up going, I'll kind of cut this one short. I go 3-3 in this. I win game 1, lose game 2 against a Syndra who ended up day 2ing. Win game 3 against another Syndra, so I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. I win game 4 against a Fang, and I had like a pretty crazy turn. I block with a Mark of the Black Widow, I attack with something, and then I mantle it, and then I like tarantula toxin to push it over, and it's just like too much, right? So the deck lined up very well, at least on that specific turn. Then next Syndra I play is Cody Williams. So everybody knows, no, I'm sorry, not Cody Williams, Chris Ioli. Everybody knows Chris Ioli is a fantastic player. I let Chris Ioli go first. I don't know if that's correct just yet because the set is brand new for limited and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, like, being a Arachne, if it's correct for them to go first or second. If you have the choice, I let them go first because, you know, the heuristic at this point has been go second, keep tempo, right? So I let them go first. They attack me. I block one dagger, let the other dagger hit. They attack me for 3, or no, 5. I block with the other 2 cards, and then I have 1 card left. And then they go to pass reactions and pass the turn to Arsenal. I was like, okay, I have a Hunter's Mark, I think, in hand, the stealth card that you can discard to give Mark. That's probably not the name of the card, but you know what I'm talking about. So I was like, do I discard this? I think about it for a little bit. I end up discarding it. And then he proceeded to attack me for another like 6. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't think you could, with 1 card hand, attack for another 6. So I start the game at like 14. And then from there, yeah, let me see, 14 is when I start. And then from there, it was, the life deficit was a little too high that I wasn't able to pull through. He ended up getting to a state where he could fatigue me because I was having to block a little too much. But the game ended up actually being, you know, like 1-4 at the end, so it kind of respectable for, you know, such a punt in turn 1. So don't do that. Don't discard your card against Syndra. They can still attack you and do a lot. There's no reason to like not keep that card at that stage. So lesson learned. Figured that out. It's going to be good for London practice. So, you know, it's good to get these experiences out of the way before the Pro Tour. Last match is against Fang. This was also a Runaways player. It was Michael from the Runaways, and I think that the mantle in my hand at one point can go get a stealth card from my discard, and I play that turn out. I look at it again, and the stealth card says when you attack with this. So I basically just completely screwed myself at that point, but they got like fealty number 3 by turn 2, so I was probably losing that game anyway. Their deck was a lot better than mine, so at that point, that's all it was. It was 3-3, unfortunately. We're gonna get better. We'll do better. It's okay. Let me read some of the chat. So Tyler says, I think Ice gives the breathing room needed for setting up the roiling plays, Oakenold, etc. I even been spicy and running the all-in ice cap to add extra frostbite, and it's felt pretty decent. So I can see that. I can see that, like giving them extra frostbites can be pretty critical. One moment. I do a nose blow. But I could see where that could be pretty good. It's just like they are a heavy blue deck. If they are playing around like Stalagmite or All-In, I don't know if you're playing Stalagmite or All-In, it can be a little sketchy. Like if you're playing Arctic Incarceration, maybe there's a sequence to where you can, you know, play Gogan Attack into Arctic Incarceration, and then you set up a Roiling because you have an arsenal. I can see it line up. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand. It's just I don't think there's enough damage output to counteract the value that they get from their board state, right? But I'm happy to be wrong. Please, by all means, test it. Show me that your Enigma results are really high, and I 100% will play it for RTNs. I definitely will. But yeah, so that was the weekend in Memphis for me. I played Calling A and B, like I said. And on day 3, the Battle Harden, I opted to not play the Battle Harden because I didn't want to play CYB again. As good as the card is in the deck for the matchups that you bring it into, I do not like playing the card, and I know people don't like playing against the card, right? Now, I know we're playing a competitive game. If it's the best thing to be doing, I'm gonna do it, but I don't know if it is the best thing. I know for this configuration, it is one of the best sideboard options, but for other configurations, like Michael's, maybe it's not, right? So if I had the cards to be able to play something close to what Michael was playing, I would consider playing it, because Syndra winning Calling A on Saturday means that I was seeing a lot of people start to pick up Syndra cards. I was like, okay, well, this could be a pretty good tournament for Jarl if there's going to be a lot of Draconic, right? So obviously there's going to be a lot of Viscerai and whatnot too, so that's the risk you run, but as long as you have the tech for that, you're good to go. But I wasn't able to find the cards that I needed. A lot of people didn't have like the weirdness that I was looking for. I was looking for like roiling something, the X cost one. I'll show you that in the other list. But I was wanting to kind of try that to be able to blow up multiple Malefics against the Viscerai and be able to kind of like snowball and keep them off of that. So let's look at the list that I played. So Crown of Providence, Gauntlets. These Gauntlets here is only for Viscerai pretty much, and I guess Enigma. Luckily I dodged Enigma, so I didn't have to worry about it. This is also interesting. If you saw in the A to Z match, I played this into Fang because I was playing multiple Smack of Reality for the sideboard. So there's like a reasonable argument to playing this card for that. Now, do I think it's correct? I don't know. I think either one is fine. I think the matchup is probably favored overall. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one as long as you have the support to be able to make this card work, right? Are you giving any ground for Kano? Are you going AB3 or doing Plume plus Seeds? So that is an option. Right now, I am not, and you'll see it in this list and in the next list. I'm not respecting Kano because I want more options into these other decks that are going to be more represented. If you expect Kano, I think you should play AB3, Seeds, and probably, if you can find room for Plume, I think that is a good option. So if you're playing your RTNs and you expect a good Kano that you will definitely see in like a top 8 or something like that, you should play these cards. You should target the meta that you are going to play. Okay? But right now, it's just Norrund Hood because Viscerai and Aurora and whatnot, right? Because I wanted to play Quick Dodge Flexors with the Norrund Hood. Goliath Gauntlet into Viscerai. I was playing Stalagmite, Titan's Fist, and then Tunic into everything, obviously. So Sledge, all of this stuff is pretty normal. The list I had before had Weakest Link. Now it's a Race Face. Okay, so that was a swap specifically because we have a bunch of new Draconic heroes, right? And also, it's not terrible into the Assassins because it says they lose all class and talent types. So if they have a specific card that says your next assassin attack or something along those lines. It's kind of a filler card, to be honest, in those matchups, but it can work sometimes. So Felling of the Crown, still doing this. Every single time I think about cutting this card, I play with it a little bit more and see the turns that, like, in the tempo it enables, and I just don't cut it because this card's insane. Frostfang, I'm still big on this card. I really like this one, especially in this list when you're playing Ice Fangs or Ice Quakes and whatnot. So I think this is still kind of a good combo if you're wanting to play along these lines. I think the Ice Quake is good because we do play Sledge in a decent amount of matchups. So Ice Quake into Sledge, do your thing, make Frostbite. It's coming in for 9. You force your opponent to either respect it or not, or they get a Frostbite, right? So pretty strong. Obviously, Oakenold, Pummels, Rebound Carapace. I did play Shelter. I did not appreciate the cost of Shelter, but I understand why it was the price that it was on that weekend. So it is what it is. I paid my premium for this card. I played it, and this card was incredible. Every single time I saw it, it was either obviously a block 4 when I needed it to, or it was prevention for things like Ira, right? So you discard it, stop their dagger, stop their next dagger for 1. They get 1 over, and then they attack with something else. Maybe it's a 4 or a 5, and you have the other break point of playing another defense reaction or blocking with a 3 block. Jarl is cooking. He's cooking with ice. So you can see I played 1 Smack of Reality. I think this was incorrect to play 1 of this card. I think if I was going to play this card, I wanted to play at least 2 copies, right? Because there were so many Viscerai. I actually expected more Assassin than Viscerai, like Assassin and Draconic overall, but Viscerai was just like hands down the most populated deck for sure. Your Shelter almost cooked me. Oh man. So Plow Under, Blizzard, 2 copies of this. I played 1 Flourish, so you can see I cut some numbers of these. Still playing pretty much the same ratios everywhere else. And then Snag in the sideboard, which was also extremely good into these Assassins. When this lines up, it's a blowout for sure. They go Bond's turn, you're like, snag it, and you just take the game super easy. You think Jarl is the best Guardian to play now? I do. I think he is the best because his card pool is better than most of these other ones. I think Victor is a decent choice as well. As we saw with the Battle Hardened, there was a second place Victor. They lost to Enigma. Obviously, that's an auto loss, just like every single other Guardian. But I think Jarl's matchup spread and the way that you can build the deck to target a specific meta is better and has more options than the other Guardians, which to me makes it better, right? You just have more options, which is good. Imposing Visage, we're still playing this card. In the other list, this is not in the list, okay? So keep that in mind when you're seeing that and you're trying to figure out like what's different. But yeah, Snag was good, and then this was the deck. So yeah, I did pretty well with it. I'm pretty happy with this list. If I were to bring this to RTN, I feel like I would be okay. Again, if I spent more Viscerai, I'd probably play some more of these tech cards, do something along those lines, but it is what it is. Now, the thing that you guys have been waiting for is this. I call this Junior Varsity, so the story behind this name. It is Jarl of Atreides initials. I think this is clever, and I wish I had a soundboard with like a badum tisk or like a laugh track or something like that. But Junior Varsity is because we're playing in the NFL when we go to these tournaments, but we're bringing a Junior Varsity team. You know what I'm saying? So you get it? Yeah? Okay. Anyway, so Civic Steps, Crown of Providence, Finals Fighting, Spring Tunic, Gauntlets, all these things, but Redwood Hammer is the other hammer that is a reasonable option for these Jarl decks. And you kind of have to do the ratios here. I don't love this card. I also don't love Titan's Fist because of the way it's structured. So obviously Stalagmite, so you need to play a one-handed hammer to be able to capitalize off of this card. This card's insane. We love this card. It blocks like 11 if you use it correctly on average, which is just nuts, right? Just nuts. But so again, I haven't seen Michael's specific list, but I built this based off of the idea of Michael's list, right? And I know kind of what was in it. So Command and Conquer, Felling, Mulch. This is probably the best 4-cost Guardian attack or Elemental Guardian attack, just because it is on hit, get rid of an arsenal. Does require you to keep an Earth card, obviously, but we have Earth cards that we're happy to have in our hand and potentially arsenal or get rid of, like Fruits of the Forest. Autumn's Touch, kind of mid to go in arsenal. I would, especially because we're playing Crown of Providence, and we're also playing Seeds of Tomorrow, right? So even if you arsenal one of these crap cards and you draw Seeds, you just get rid of it, right? And it's effectively kind of like a blue staunch response, but you got to get rid of your arsenal. It's still a 2-card play. This card, I have always really liked this card. I don't know why people hate on this card a lot, but it being able to be floated prevention throughout the turn instead of just like a 1 stack on 5 is really strong in my opinion. So yeah, Michael, I believe he was playing probably just 3-0s of a lot of these cards. I know he was playing Winter's Grasp instead of Frozen to Death. I noticed that. And I can see the argument for Winter's Grasp, and we can kind of look at this card. So 2 for 4, ice, 3 block. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but it is an ice card, and it's a card that you can pummel. That's kind of the trade-off. Whereas I kind of looked at it and was like, I don't really want to give my new opponent the option to attack me with a bunch of these attacks. So I can show you kind of how I've structured that, and I need to test this more, but at least the results now have been pretty strong. I've only played 4 games with it, but I've been winning. I beat Arachnes, Fangs, Riptide, whatever. Some of these aren't meta, these 2 are. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Canopy Shelter, Cadaverous Tilling. So let's do the math real quick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. So that's 12 Earth cards. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then in the sideboard, I have 1 Sodomaro. So that's 20. So when I bring in Sodomaro, I have 20 ways to make sure that my Redwood Hammer is active. So if we count the 3-cost or higher, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Big difference, right? Big difference. So the consistency is actually a little bit better with Redwood Hammer in this variation. And the thing is, with this kind of list too, is I believe your consistency for Decompose is higher because you're just playing more Earth cards. So you're able to do that more. And you have Cadaverous Tilling, which allows you to Decompose to be a 6 and then turn on your other cards here. So you have more ways to make sure that these are good cards when you play them. Jarl is love, Jarl is life. Yes, yes. Don't know how to balance my Jarl with Oshino Earth. Oshino Earth. Ice for more control. I don't understand that comment. We've taken the place of Flourish. Yes, so I'm not playing Flourish here because I don't have a whole lot of ways to gain buff. Like, sure, we have E-Strike, sure, we have Felling, and we have Plow Under, who get a benefit off of the Flourish. But this, because our hammer is an Earth, I kind of like this card a little bit more. And you can also play foils of it. That's another kind of big deal, right? Kind of. It also works with your mulches and stuff like that. And it's a 0-cost Earth that you can go ahead and get into your bin to be able to supplement your Decompose cost, right? So that's kind of the idea with this. Michael was not playing this card. We talked about it a little bit. So no ads. Stop. Michael was not playing this card, and he mentioned it to me specifically. He was like, yeah, if I was playing like Weave Earth, just ways to get more Earth into my discard without having to block with it, then he would feel a lot more confident to play day 2, because he ended up playing Calling Beat, right? Even though he went 5-2. So I kind of like that idea, where I was like, okay, well, it could be Flourish or it could be Weave Earth. Weave Earth is the less risky card, whereas Flourish has the higher ceiling. So that's kind of the trade-off, right? So Terra Sunder, he was probably on 3 of these. I decided to go to 2 because I have a lot of blues in the sideboard. So I didn't want as many, and I need the Earth counts, and I like all of these ice cards for like channels and whatnot, and then the consistency with Oakenold. So that's kind of why I did that. But Arctic Incarceration is a card that I'm like, I go back and forth on whether I want to play this sometimes. But in a list like this, where like you're pretty happy keeping a 4-card hand, because you have a lot of ways to just do extra things like Winter's Bite, Weave Earth, and then obviously you have your pummels, but you have your fuse cards here too, right? So keeping a 3-card hand or a 4-card hand is actually really, really strong. So having Arctic Incarceration, being able to say here is 3, 2, 4 Frostbites, depending on if they have an exposed piece of equipment, they will generally pass the turn or do like one thing that is basically just arbitrary. You can either take it or block with your extra card that you might not use anyway, and then come back with something else to regain that tempo. So this card is really strong in those aggro matchups. In Lightning Strike, this is just a good catch-all card. I really like this card in general with like Arctic Incarceration, for example. You can E-Strike Go Again and then play Arctic afterwards. If you have tempo, you draw one of these. It's not just a dead draw, because most of the time if you don't have Go Again, it is, right? Entangle, I believe Michael was on 3 of these. I believe he was on no Frostbang, but like I said, I really like this card. I like the options of sending a 2 for 5. Most of the time, this will either force an opponent to block with a piece of armor, and the decks that we want them to block with a piece of armor have Blade Break armor. So if they do block with the Blade Break armor, then our ice card's better, right? So, you know, it's kind of like good either way. And then if they don't want to block with their armor because we're Jarl, which makes sense, then we're getting 2 cards out of them anyway, right? So I do like this card a lot. But right here, it's just a 2 of, because I did want to play the Entangle. I like the 3 for 7. I like its synergy with Terra Sunder up here, right? And it just having the on hit of -2 is still pretty good, right? Rebound Carapace, you got to play this. We're playing Decomposed cards. This is the only defense reaction here. A couple of Blizzards, right? Same kind of idea, right? So we break that armor, we give them Frostbite, we stop the turn. It's pretty good. Then Sotomaro for a little bit of recursion. Norrøn Boots here. I know I said I like the Norrøn Hood in the other list, but in this list where I'm a little bit more aggressive and I don't want to pitch to my hand, I think this is a little bit better. And then having the option to get rid of one of our shitty arsenals is pretty strong. So we're going back to Norrøn Boots with this list. Roiling Fissure, and then Tectonic Rift. This is the card I was talking about. So we were chatting about this this weekend because I heard that people were playing this, but I never saw Michael actually play it in the games that he played against Viscerite. So I was like, okay, maybe he's not playing this in Roiling Fissure. But the combo, for those of you who don't know, you don't have to play Tech Plating. You arsenal this or Roiling Fissure. Okay. You find the other one and a single blue. That's all you need. You play this for X equals 2, making 2 Seismic Surges. This would be against something like Viscerite. So you have 2 Seismic Surges. You pay the 1 additional and then blow up your 2 Seismic Surges, X equals 0, and you can blow up 3 Malefic Incantations at once, right? So that is pretty strong. The other option that you could do if you want other 3 blocks, you can play Seismic Stir. It's the common from Everfest. It is a 2-cost make 1 surge. So it's kind of similar in this case, but this has utility to where like turn 1, you can just make a ton of Seismic Surges if you want to. You can make like 4 and then have your mulch be free, which is kind of cool. Also with Oakenold, if you have like 1 earth, 1 ice, 1 earth, 1 ice, and then you have like reds or whatever, you can block with one of your reds and then play Oakenold for free and fuse and you're good to go, right? So yeah, in testing, like I said, this has felt pretty good. I like the kind of mid-rangey Guardian style that this kind of lends itself to play. Kind of like your 2 for 7s and your 2 for 8s off a Tunic. Like, I really like this card, and I'm sad I didn't try it. So, well, we're gonna try it now. So why not? Let's make it happen. So let's try Mario, right? Arachne Marionette. Let's see what we're gonna do here. So I've been going back and forth on how I want to play into Mario. I believe in this case, I like to play these cards, some E-Strikes here, 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 and I play like 66-ish cards into them. I know it's a little bit high, but we do play a lot more blues in this variant of the deck. So I don't really want this tech here. There's also an option to not play maybe Blizzard. I don't think I want to play Blizzard into them just because they can go a little bit high. So we'll do that. I think in testing, this is the configuration I was doing. I don't like to see Jarl, but fortunately, there are 3 Jarls in my local meta, and they're going to be 5. They're going to be 5. Okay, well, I'm curious what you play to not want to see that. It sounds like you might want to be a draconic gamer. Okay, so here I'm going first. I don't really want to do anything here to like attack them and let them filter. I'm happy keeping this for Arsenal. I think what I'll do is save this for second cycle if we get to that point, and then I'll just play Channel Lake Frigid. Shelter the Storm. Okay. Shelter from the Storm. Okay, get rid of that. Let's look at this hand. This hand's like kind of mid. Obviously, we can't keep the channel around for too long. Persuasive Prognosis is a little annoying. Most of their reactions are going to be 1 cost, so they'll have to pitch an additional card to get rid of that. Now, they do have 2 cards. There is an option to block with Stalagmite here, but we don't do a whole lot. So I think because we have the Rootbound Carapace, I'm pretty happy just blocking with Shelter, getting the 1 value from the Mite, and seeing what they do, right? Okay, well, that is the worst case scenario. I did not expect specifically that one. Here, I think I'm probably okay just taking the majority of this, keeping the Arsenal. You know, it is what it is. They get rid of a blue, I can still E-strike. It's fine. Never mind. I guess they got rid of a red. But hey, I guess we can Weave Earth and attack for 5 or 6. Hey, we got a mic. It's pretty sweet. Not playing Draconic, playing Vincent. Ah, yes. The other hero that does not like Frostbites. That's fair. 6. Not 6. Oh, it's attack action. Well, you can see how many times I played this card in the hammer. But I'm cool just binning this anyway. Not really concerned about that. Backstab here. So we have multiple ways to do the thing with the Rootbound Carapace. Think I'm going to just block with this ice card that's like pretty useless. And then see what they do. They might flick to make this bigger. So if they're gonna flick here, then I'm pretty inclined to just no blocks. Because I think they might flick, I think I'll do that. Okay, not super concerned about that. Because we can always Terrace under here. It's pretty good. Okay, now I feel like I should have blocked, but that's okay. Oh, I can't play defense reactions on it anyway. God, read cards, guys. This is a perfect game 1. What are they grabbing? One of these? Sure. So this is just not very good, is it? I can't even Arsenal this pummel. Maybe we do get rid of this. See if we can get something a little bit better because we can't play the defense reaction. I'm like fine with that. We could play Terrace under here, Arsenal, and then Fruits. I feel behind. Oh, Terrace under with the Frailty though is kind of mid. But it requires them to have specifically a defense reaction. We can also pummel it. Like, I'm okay with this. Do I have to pitch? I do. Okay, so we're attacking for 4. See if they pass reactions. If they do, we have so many options, right? Oh, okay. Well, they're just taking it. I'm cool with that. Let's get some life back. Fill up the Decompose a little bit more. I've been playing a little bit of the Mario deck too. This deck is really cool. Like Brian Lawrence, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. That list is super fun. It like almost feels Guardian-esque, but like mix it with Warrior, but also just like because of the disruption, a bunch of the reactions. Then you got a little bit of ninja going on because you have the daggers and the flick knives. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, so this hand has options. I think the thing that I want to see the least is CNC. So let's think about our options here. So if we go Channel Lake Frigid and then play E-Strike, obviously that's like a decent turn. Then we could set up and try to pull tempo a little bit. I'm basically debating on whether or not I want to use this Stalagmite here, even though it has piercing, or if I just want to take this and block with the extra 2 cards. I think the payoff for this might be pretty high. So for that reason, I want to do that with the 1 resource. I know they have Tunic, but that's what I'm afraid of, is like a Command and Conquer from hand, right? So we'll see if they do anything. Okay. So here, this can be very tricky. So I think the best line of action is to probably just block here. And then if they decide to flick with their knife, I'm going to use flexors as the defense reaction. Okay, so they don't. So that makes me feel pretty good. Now, this was kind of unknown. It feels like the Stalagmite didn't do a whole lot, maybe, but it is what it is. Now we can play Channel, and we can attack with the hammer. I'm just trying to get to a point where I can have a really good pummel turn. That's kind of my aim at this point, since I've been sitting on this pummel for a little bit. Okay, discarding Shelter. We'll just attack. I know it's only gonna hit for 3 if they do not block. We gotta put some pressure on at some point. Okay. So hey, here's a pummel target. This is good. And we also have some decompose. Well, this sucks. Unfortunate. So, what do we do here? I know this looks terrible, but I think it might be time to keep one of these in hand, Tunic, and then play Frostbang. I don't know. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough. Or I can Tunic, use this, pitch these. That's an option. I do really want to keep one of these though, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and burn this. I hate it. It feels bad. If they pummeled me, it'd be savage. But maybe the Stalagmite stop the pummel. That'd be pretty cool. All right. Let's pitch this. We know the other one is on the bottom, so this is the only next one that I'll be able to see for my decomposed cards to actually be strong. So I really prioritize keeping this in my hand for that reason. So they're taking this. Tarantula Toxin is in the bin. Okay, another good option for our pummel. Well, we don't have Tunic counter anymore, but that's okay. So this is coming in for 3. This is coming in for 6 with that 3. Maybe it's time to go ahead and Seeds. And then try to play CNC. We'll just do that. And keep the Rootbound Carapace. Okay, well now we're gonna play the Rootbound Carapace. Okay. Stains of the Redback. Oh, we can't play Rootbound. Never mind. Read the cards. I feel like they're watching my stream. Alright, B-React. Watch, they're gonna play a pummel, or not a pummel, a CNC or something. Make my life annoying. I think I'm okay being marked here, just because I do have the pulse and I have a root bound. Just take the 1. Maybe try to play this channel out. Okay, again, this card's annoying, but that's okay. We have options. Make it bigger. Do it. Hey, we're just setting up for these other turns. Whenever we get these other cards. Stains of the Red Pack. Still annoying, we'll still have to use this. I think it is correct to probably do so. So we will pitch this. Because this either gets 1 card out of us or 2, and then we save damage, right? So we're kind of saving the 3. Kind of equal value. We'll go ahead and take this. Go ahead and lose the mark. They don't flip. Pretty happy. Third channel. Hey, this is good. Okay, we're not marked. Kiss of Death is annoying though. I think it's probably just right to block here, take a little bit of damage. They can't flick because of the Channel Light Bridget. So I take 5 here, go to 14. Then I play Entangle, gain 2 life back, so effectively taking 3 here, going to 16, right? So it's kind of the idea. I could keep the channel around 1 more turn, but I'm gonna value the life just a little bit more here. Playing Death Touch, interesting. All right, so we're gonna play this, reveal our good card. Earth Hammer, yeah, boy. Next person to like this video wins a prize. Oh, do they? Prize from you? They said no blocks. Big cockers, no blockers. Okay, seed's pretty bad here. But that's okay. This is a hand where I just really don't want to block if I can help it, but it is what it is. It might be a quick dodge flexor's turn, pitching this. Saber Bloodshed, I hate that card. So much damage. So this is -2, which is kind of banger, right? So maybe we just block with this. I know. Look at this guy. Like the video where where's his prize? Yeah, tell me. Okay, so they're flinging the other dagger. I am not marked. So what is the dealio there? You're gonna play another retrieve, potentially. Yep, there's the up sticks. Get that back. Tunic, pitch a red. Attack a little bit more. Makes sense, makes sense. So I can either take 5 here or take 3. I think I want to go ahead and play Winter's Bite. Attack with this game too. I think that kind of serves me a little bit better, especially because they don't have Tunic. They could fling here to draw a card, which is kind of annoying. But they do not. They opt not to. Ooh, yeah, that card's annoying. Okay, well, I think it is time to probably just use the flexors, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Gotta do what we gotta do, you know? Alright, give me a card. I know I'm only swinging 4, but I did not have very many options. Black Widow is strong. How about 4? I know, it's not very cool. I've only seen 1 felling at this point as well, which is kind of mid. I think no Oakenold, right? Interesting. We are enabling the chat. Let's see what they say. I'm on the edge of my seat. Sorry, pitched wrong card. That's fine. We can start. Okay. Yep, pitching that. We are still going to do the exact same thing and gain some life. All right, we're going to equalize. Yes, sir. Haha. Okay. This hand is something. This has go again. This feels like a nick. Probably. Oh, no, because they have the Arachne Black Widow. So maybe I should just block for 6 here. This is really tricky. This is really tricky. Because, like, maybe it's correct to give 2 cards like this. I can't play this card, really. Because they get the +3 here. Has go again. Then I guess I can block 1 other card. Yeah, this is just a bad situation, right? Black Widow hard. I just have to bank on them not having, like, an additional... No! That's so good. Turn it into a Black Widow. Absolutely. Coming in for 9. Yeah, I'll take 5. Unfortunate. Double disruption. Alright, yeah. They have tempo, boys and girls. We found a failing. This giving mark is annoying, but I can't really afford to block. Saber Bloodshed. This card is so crazy. I think here it's just a block for 9 and then pray they don't have anything. Okay, go again. And then they're going to flick and draw a card, which is pretty insane. Oh, okay. Well, we are indeed dead. We are indeed dead. Oh, wait, hold on. They did something else? Oh, yeah, because of the flick. Yeah, I wasn't going to win that anyway. It's all good. All right, let's see. Why not Aurora? Let's try Aurora. See how this goes. So let's do the Syndra game plan, but we want Norman boots just in case. And then everything else is pretty good. So go with that. Oh, if I was going first, this hand would be banging. They just pass and do nothing. That would be pretty sweet. Then I can like arsenal the Winter's Bite. It's pretty strong. Don't necessarily want to pitch the fruits, I don't think. All right, coming in for damage. I think I should probably just go ahead. I know it's boring, but let's pay, block for 3.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients.
Then we can go to 41. Maybe have something for the Okanold. Kind of played that out of order. When they pass priority is when you want to do that. Okay, so Okanold do be happening. So why, hold on, let me read this. Why flexors instead of just blocking with fruits? So I was using flexors in that specific instance because I wanted to gain the life back and get a little bit more breathing room there. I wanted to go ahead and get the tunic resource value out of that and turn it into a 2 block. It could have been wrong, but happy to admit when I am incorrect. No worries. Are you going to London in April? So are you going to be casting or playing? I am going to London with the intention on playing. But if I'm asked to cast, I'm willing. Natty Oakenold is so nice, yes. Well, usually when you see this card, it's pretty natural. Like, you get it most of the time. Okay, so they fused with... Oh, they didn't fuse. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so our turn can be Arsenal Channel, potentially attack with that, block with these two cards. Not really super concerned about this, so I'll block with it now. We're back to 40. Lightning Surge, go again. What could you do with Lightning Surge, go again? Is there anything that I am super concerned about? I don't think so. So I'm just going to block for 3 again. Don't think it's time to Stalagmite just yet. Could be. Could be. This is kind of a risk, depending on what their follow-up is. Stalagmite could have blocked a lot more. Okay. They wanted Arsenal anyway, so that is the more likely of the options to happen. We'll Arsenal this, and whenever we can get this online, we'll buy a bunch of tempo. Will, are you going to play Civilization 6 with us? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna give that game a go. For those of you who don't know, Josh loves strategy games like that. Loves them. They're giving me all of the armor. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So they must have a banger of a hand. A banger. Absolute banger. This hand is also quite crazy if we could keep it all. So I don't think it's correct to pitch for this. God, they kept a crazy hand. I'm not going to pitch for this. I'm just going to try to live off of the back of Stalagmite and then buy tempo back to be able to like command and conquer and do some craziness. Okay. Discharge makes sense. Fusing has second strike. Yep, that's going to have to go again. Chance that they have another blue. Yeah, not unreasonable. Here, I'm just going to block with the Stalagmite, and then we have some other options based on what they decide to do afterwards. So I'll go ahead and take the 6 here. Go to 31 with them. Again, I hope this Frostbite is insane. Nope. You don't have the actions per minute for those games. You do realize Civilization is a turn-based game, right? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Is there a world where I want to block with this Gauntlets? I think it's reasonable to here, just because we can get it to a breakpoint status. Take this. I've taken everything. So I need to play this, pitching this, right? Head. And then I can attack with Command and Conquer, easy peasy. And then Arsenal this bomb for some pretty sweet. You might be thinking of like StarCraft. He loves that game too, but he also cannot do the actions per minutes for those. Neither can I, it's okay. We're both getting old. I still like playing some Counter-Strike with old Willie B. The game is lots of fun. Thinking of games like StarCraft. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, 2 Frostbites. Effectively. Immediately. No reds. Show me you don't have reds. Blue? Oh my gosh. So good. This is where I wish I had my gauntlets. Just because I would absolutely love to keep this channel around. but I don't think it is worth the... I don't know if it's worth keeping channel to block with this. Maybe giving them an extra card doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'll give you a card. That's fine. Because I want to play a channel. Because channel did this. This is very important. So why not block with the CNC and play Frostbank Pummel? Because this card is very, very good against them. And I'm going to keep it around for as long as possible. And now I'm going to pummel with the second ice card and keep it around another turn. Because the likelihood that they give me cards here, not super high. See? I'm going to just do this, and now their whole turn is messed up. Boom, keep all of these. Sweet. This hand is also a banger. You can see how it lines up in this situation. It is super strong. Look, they're already saying good game. I know you guys can't see it, but in the chat they're like, good game. What do you think about running Coronet Peak in Jarl? Coronet Peak I have played in other variations. Let me say good game to him, not to be rude. I have played it in other variations. I think if there is a Summit style game, let's put the mirror one up, see how this goes. If you're playing Summit and that weapon is reasonable, I think it is a good option because you want one card plays. Otherwise, I'm not super into it. So I was thinking about the cards that I want to play into the Guardian Mirror. I think I'm going to try the 60 and we're going to kind of limit test this together, okay? So one reason to play Civic Step still is because I think it is better into this mirror. This quick dodge flexors is just a 1 card block 2, which is really bad. This is a 0 card block 3 effectively, right? So it's not bad. Yeah, the CLF was nuts. So yeah, that's why. What is up, Nico? Thanks for hanging out. Just playing some Jarl games. We already talked about Memphis. Memphis was fun. It was a good time. Missed my family, but I was with other family in a way. Is Colossal Bearing just too hard to enable for Jarl? Colossal Bearing. That is... Let's look at it. That's not how you spell Colossal. Colossal Bearing. So if it has 13 or more power, it gets when this hits a hero or equipment they control with 1 or less. So you have ways to do it, like Earthlore Surge Red, and you could play Goliath Gauntlet and stuff like that with Icequakes and things, but I don't think it's good. Like, I'm not even playing Mangle, and Mangle is a card that like is actively okay, especially with this, right? So with that being said, I'm not super into it personally, but you know, it is what it is. They're on 66 cards. They're playing Coronet Peak, Tectonic Plating, Redwood Hammer, and Stalagmite. Okay, interesting. So with this being the case, I think I might be okay. This is an interesting hand. Interesting sequence. Like, I could just attack with the hammer. I do think that's probably the correct line. Arsenal the E-Strike maybe, or Arsenal Command and Conquer. Probably Command and Conquer. I'm going to overpitch like this and attack like this because they are at 66 cards, but I have the better hammer, so I think this favors me a little bit, even though there is a deck disparity. Hey, you dropped Mangle when we were still in 2024. Yes, me too, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I love that card. It's my favorite art. Crush Confidence is a super cool card. Super cool. Crush Confidence. Huh. Okay. So, here... I don't think it particularly matters which red you put down first. I'm going to go with E-Strike, just because if we get to a second cycle and I have tempo, I'll want that. So this hand, not amazing. I don't want to block with fruits. I want to pitch fruits. I'm probably going to block with this and this. Okay, they're just not doing anything. Interesting. Well, I wish I had E-Strike now. So now I'm debating on whether it is worth it to play the Command and Conquer. I think it probably is. Or just attacking with the sledge. I think I want the extra value off of maybe breaking their equipment or something along those lines. I don't really want a lot of these cards. So if I'm going to Arsenal one, I want to Arsenal this. But I don't want a second one. So I'm going to pitch into gloves. Attack with this. And then fruits. Happy LGS is playing Yarl now. I've been winning with Brute, but games are not fun. Why are they not fun? Are they playing the CYB variant? Because I know it's not very fun. Interesting. Oh, they're taking it. Oh, we got a paper scene. Neat. Okay, well, you know, here goes our arsenal potentially. Hey, this is a fantastic draw, actually. This is a pretty nutso bananas draw because we don't really want this card in arsenal in the first place. And we'll be able to tune a counter sledge. Maybe even tune a counter sledge and a race face. Interesting. E-Strike tunic counter sledge. Is that good? They can't pummel me. This is coming in for 6 dominate. I think it's probably worth it to get rid of the pummel for second cycle. The only downside to this is if they stalagmite me here, which they probably should, but I'm willing to take that risk. Here, watch, big brain. I think I just E-Strike 7. Or Hammer 6. Hammer 6, E-Strike 7. Hammer 6, E-Strike 7. Deck density? Better? Question mark? Yeah, let's do that. Better AB equips. What do you mean by that question? Are they taking this? They are not. Okay, so they're playing Favorite Scene and E-Strike. Or Sync Blow, I mean. Ed, is Tome of Harvest good in your home? I do not believe so, no. But I am happy to be wrong in these kind of situations. Because Tome of Harvest is sweet. If Valda is an Earth Guardian, the card is about to be super good. Alright. Mangle! Okay. Mangle? Mangle. Okay, well it's not dominated, which is good, which means I can give this. I do like that. Ask for wishes. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I must have missed that. Yeah, my wishes in the Guardian set is a Guardian hat that is on par with these other heroes and classes that have insane hats like Face Purgatory and Scowling Fleshbag and Traverse the Universe and Mass Momentum and other crap like that. Just like really good equipment. That is my biggest wish. And then it would be really nice to have like a Guardian card that says damage can't be prevented or something along those lines, to be able to have some tech into like Ward Illusionist or something like that, or some Aura Destruction in general is fine. Stuff that would be better than what we currently have, right? It's kind of my vibe. What are you doing? All right, so I think my main goal in this matchup right here is to protect my protect my tunic. So I'm gonna block like this. I'll block like that. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I can just pitch this and this. So pitch this and this, then I want to block with this. No, I don't. I want to block with this because I want to block with this later. Okay, that's fine. You want Guardian Ores to be real? That would be very good. If like good Guardian Ores existed, it would definitely be sweet. Don't pummel me, bro. Ed, I think you were just being greedy. How am I being greedy? I'm not asking for much. Like, I literally just want to be on par with the other classes when it comes to a headpiece. That's it. That's all I want. That, and then like a damage can't be prevented to like beat Enigma. But Enigma will be gone anyway, so like what am I even worried about? I want to be able to play Guardian Blues again and not have to worry about new constantly. But whatever. Whatever. If I'm greedy for that, then I'm greedy. Better AB would be cool too, but honestly, I'm pretty cool with the AB that we got. Like, I know it's just Norum, but like, whatever. The AB being better wouldn't really improve the matchup significantly. Unless we get AB boots that are also like block boots, that could be very strong. Do you think adult version of Valda with same power would be viable? No, and I'll tell you why. Because they burned all the books, so there's not really like, I'm sure there's some things that you can do. My card is like surprisingly annoying here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Maybe I'll block with this. Yeah. Well, blocked with the Oaken Oil, really. I don't really want to do that. Here, I'll block with this. Do we think? No. Okay, yeah, there it is. Sorry, I gotta catch up on the chat in a second. Oh, did I just choose to discard instead? Whoops. Sure. That's fine. Why am I oh, because of that. Whoops. Sorry, I thought I skipped through it. It is what it is. You know what? Let's... I can't do it. It's fine. Okay. We had a piece on par, Crown of Seeds. Yes, we did. But that was a Earth piece. It wasn't Guardian specific. This hand's sweet. Please do not hit me with anything that I give a shit about. Please, thanks. Don't do it. Okay, so Ed Mark says we definitely need a hat like the other classes. Even Arachne got one. That's true. Arachne also has a good one too, which is kind of annoying. But whatever. Alright, do nothing. Do nothing. Swing hammer. Have a brick turn. Okay. Are you mangling me? Okay, that is not a brick turn, buddy. Don't pummel me. Do not do the pummel. I think I'm gonna block with this. I know it doesn't feel amazing, but like, I think the upside, this doesn't do anything right now anyway. Don't pummel me. Don't do it. But yeah, Arachne having a hat. Everybody's got a hat, except for Guardian. Let's see. We think no, there's going to be big Guardian reprints in the Mastery Pack. I believe so. I seem to remember that there's going to be a pretty significant reprint. I can't remember exactly what the card was, but it is pretty sweet, if I remember correctly. Sync this. Do we sync that? Yeah. Okay. I don't hate this. This is good. So I can E-Strike, go again, and then if they do decide to go Stalagmite, which is fine, I can tune it, counter, and swing Sledge anyway. So many chatters, I appreciate it, but I'm falling behind. My man, I wholeheartedly agree. Put Guardian back on the level with the rest of the classes. Absolutely, absolutely. Guardian is lacking right now, but it's mainly because of the existence of MST. Who's drawing cards, says the Syndra player. Yeah, well, Syndra has a hat, which is what we're talking about, which is very, very good. Okay, so Seeds of Tomorrow. That's honestly a better case scenario because we get to keep the Oaken. Let's see. There will be a lot of reprints. Yep. Definitely Guardian reprints for sure. We know that. It's gotta be Guardian reprints like the Spinal Crushes and whatnot. Said over 70 new cards, including Valda on the box, and they had it on display at Worlds. Sledge is so good in the Guardian Mirror, absolutely. Guardian Aura that says Seismic Surges that gets Spell Void. Yeah, go again. That wouldn't be terrible. This hand is also banging. Oh, decided not to make a search. Yeah, that's fine. All right, time to decompose. Yes. Goodbye. 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 Now we get to Oaken. Oak man old. Okay. What if she just said your crush effects trigger at 2 or even 1 damage? That would be nuts. That would be absolutely insane. If that was the case, she will be very, very strong. I'll definitely be playing me some Balda because I love the crush cards, but the biggest gripe is that they don't really have a real text on them unless you're playing Bravo and your opponent has no armor, right? So it is what it is. Or surges prevent damage. General would be neat. Yes, that would also be good. Like a ward effect on the surges. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense thematically, but it is a thing, potentially. Okay, I want to arsenal this. This hand is also quite good. Just unban Seeds easy. That will never happen. I hate to break it to you and crap all over your dreams, but Crown of Seeds is gone and will remain gone. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. Okay, so in this case, I can A-B, or not, sorry. Jesus, what am I saying? I can play this and then pay 2. I think that's probably right, especially if they like pummel me. Don't really like Guardian having can't be prevented like the Azalea has dominate Murkmire. It feels whack. Yeah. I mean, we need something, bro. We need something. Okay, so I want to pitch... I think this card is probably good enough, so we'll keep this. Yes, I will decompose. Boom, boom. Get rid of you. Pummel me? Pummel me. Nope. Okay, yes, I will pay 2. Okay, so this was kind of like the hedge to the pummel potential. So that's why we kept the 3 cards, and it was honestly the most efficient thing to be doing. But we are losing the extra value on the card, obviously. Okay, Just really hope that the Master Set gives Guardian more of an identity. They feel so random at the moment. They are very different from each other, for sure. They all play the big attacks, but that is like the only thing they have going for them. It's either like straight fatigue or this disruption stuff, and then Victor's like this weird one where he's like, I'm aggro sometimes, haha. I feel like Guardian suffers a lot from all the long chains with low power attacks. It can. That's why Jarl is pretty decent, because of the ice, right? We like the ice. So many heroes do that now. That is correct. How much do I care about this Oakenold? I don't really care about this on hit too much because I'm coming up on Tunic 3. They revealed Canopy Shelter and Frigid. Frigid can be annoying, but it's not that annoying as long as I keep 2 blues. So I think as long as I keep this card, or block with this card, I'm sorry. Even if I don't block with this card, well, I know Channel's probably for sure going to come up the next turn, so I think it is probably correct to do this. Take 6, get rid of this, and then attack back. Why do you think they waited to release it? Because Guardian would probably be too strong, literally. Just because I think Jarl would probably be pushed because they would add cards that get rid of, like, if they have a prevention effect, it would make a lot of sense, theoretically, that Jarl could be very strong and actually have a decent matchup into Enigma, and at that point he has no, like, auto loss, right? And then if there's a new hat that does, like, a really insane broken thing the Guardian wants to do, like, who knows? That's probably why, is that they pushed it back for that reason. They say it's because they wanted it for the casual audience to be paired with whatever that, like, casual thing is that's coming out, but come on. I hope they make her weapon that can also benefit with seismic surges with a 6 damage. Yes, I also agree. If we get another 6 power, 6 damage weapon, I'm going to be annoyed. It needs to be a little bit better rate than that, especially if it's vanilla, right? Because if she is a vanilla Guardian, which if we get another vanilla Guardian, whatever, I don't like it, but it is what it is. Then it's got to do something stronger, right? Like, make something on par with Anathos level, and I'm good. Like, I'm thrilled, happy to be here. Weave Earth is not a terrible arsenal. So we block with Canopy Shelter. No, it's like kind of losing value again. We're just gaining it on offense, right? So maybe that is the correct way to do that. Think that LSS said they pushed back Guardian Mastery Pack to coincide with the release of Smash Battle stuff. Yes, that is what I was talking about. Problem I have is that every class can throw big attack with disrupting, so it doesn't feel Guardian. That is also true. I tend to agree with that statement as well. Only thing I feel we have is like 10 more or 10 attack cards, but that randomly some other get it as well. Yeah. I mean, there's a generic 10 attack card now, right? Don't forget about that. What do we think of the Bangkok Victor? I can talk a little bit about that. I looked at it. It is very similar to the list that I consider bringing to Memphis. So I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good deck. It has that all you got. I wasn't playing that, but it's pretty cool. I can understand that all you got with the Draconic heroes. They're like big on that, and it's pretty good into Assassin as well. You block a dagger and then you get to draw a card. Like, that's pretty sweet. I think they see Smash Palace as the primary product and Guardian Mastery as the supplemental. That is also probably true. Oh, hello. Do I want to pay 1 or discard? I will pay 1 with Pummel. Do I have Earth? I do. Yeah, I'm good, bro. That's fine. We're about to Weave Earth and Felling for 10. It's going to be sweet. What are we talking about Smash Palace? So Smash Palace is the new, like, kind of casual style thing. I think that's the one where you take a bunch of packs, you just slam them together. Is that right? Somebody correct me in chat. I think it's something along those lines. And I think it's like Guardian centric. Well, Mastery set will push the more buff Aura Guardian theme. I do like me some Aura Guardian, like I've been saying. Okay, let's play this. We will fuse. Oh, we won't fuse, but it will get +1. My bad. I need to read this card. Maybe Flourish is better. Maybe Flourish is better. This card has been pretty dog water. Fruits. Yeah, I'm good. I can keep a thingy in there. But we will see. I just want to be able to play Guardian and feel good about it. Same. Big same. Calming Breeze was interesting but made sense. Yes, that one is also good. I did not have that in my list either, but that card is like actually pretty sweet. So the fact that like if you want the effect of Shelter from the Storm, like the discard effect specifically, I mean you can arsenal that and still do it, which is kind of cool. I mean Shelter is the better card, right? Just in a vacuum, but if you're bringing it in specifically for things like Assassin is pretty good. Shelter felt clunky in hand and in arsenal. It may as well be Sync. Yes, but also we know Sync is a very good card in general, right? Like, I mean, the card is nutso. Not this hand. Yes, sir. I mean, I have Pummel. I'm just going to play this. New Jersey Damo says, pretty sure Fab Smash Palace is like MTG Jumpstart. Yeah, putting two halves of a deck together. I gotcha. I'm waiting for next Light and Shadow Fab set. Yeah, you're a Vinset player. It makes sense that you would want that. I love Calming as a person who has many local Rune Blades. Yes, it is basically a blue in that matchup, which is kind of sweet. And I'm like kind of into the card. It's like pretty interesting to me. Okay, they're flexing. Sure. So we got every card out of their hand, which is like kind of the goal. Obviously, we wanted to do damage and get the card out with the damage, but whatever. Let's do this. And there's no reason to fuse, because they don't have an arsenal. Is Flexors a bait card? No. Nope. The cards are really good. I really like that card. Is the Guardian set separate from the Smash Palaces? Yes, it is. It is a different thing. But they release very close to each other, if I recall correctly. So tomorrow is pretty banger. Oh, this hand fucks. Look at this, guys. I get to tear ass and then do this. 9. If they have Pulse, it's like, it kind of gets us, I guess. But Crack Shuffle Play based set design around it even will be interesting around it. Okay. Need to read the entire sentence at once. Crack Shuffle Play based set designed around it even will be interesting was an afterthought for Bright Lights. Gotcha. Flexors is cracked. Yeah, the card is pretty bananas. I really like the card. Obviously, I'm not playing it in this matchup. Anything that goes wide, the card is just like nuts. So we have a Pummel coming up soon. So with that being said, we can keep the CNC for that. Block with this. Or just not block. We want to arsenal the CNC. So I'm going to root bound. No, it's fine. Because I don't have the tunic counter, this rips a card. So we're going to do that. Minset need more Runegate 1 attacks. Yeah, because you only get the 1, right? Yeah, so 1 for 4. Makes a eulogy or elegy. Whatever the token is. Yeah, pay 1. Pay 1. Haha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sick. Should have pitched another card, buddy. Okay, this is not the pummel turn. But this is the hammer go again, or the E-strike go again in the hammer turn. It's pretty good. So we are indeed in second cycle. Bang, bang. So this is just saying, yeah, eloquence, eloquence. Yeah. This is just saying the sledge is good in the mirror, huh? Where the fuck is the pummel? I thought it was sooner. Alright, well, we'll just do this, I guess. Here, give me a card. Definitely a jumpstart competitor, sure. Oh, I missed one, my bad. James White during the presentation talked about how the Smash Palace was designed with it in mind, where it was an afterthought for bright lights. Ah, I see. Jim and I would like the attacks to make ponder on hit. Yeah, that'd be pretty strong too, right? Making ponder would be sweet. Ponders are one of the best tokens. What is the best token? What do you guys think? I don't know. Like, Frostbite's pretty good. Frostbite, Ponder is super strong. The disease tokens are super strong. I guess it depends for each hero type, right? Quicken token is pretty strong. Well, now I don't even want to attack you, but I guess I will. Diamond token? Okay. Alright, fair. You got me there. Diamond token is definitely the best one. Easily. Yeah, Zen State is super good in actual competitive. Diamond token, LOL. You got me. You're right. Undisputed. That is correct. Yeah, we'll just try to kill him, I guess. Alright, give me a card. Nico coming in with the clutch answer. This. No D-reacts. Hope you had one. Didn't check, but you probably don't. Looks like you used them all. Quicken's so good, they put it as a downside on Guardian, but it's true. Frailty is strong. I don't think it's one of the best ones, though. I don't think it's in contention to being one of the best, in my opinion. Alright, that's gotta be GG. Alright, good game. Say good game to my opponent. Alright, let's try Fang. Show you guys what this looks like. So, against Fang, I think I like quick dodge flexors because they do go again. We want the ice cards. Obviously, these cards are strong. D-reacts are good. Entangle is good. So is good. And I like E-strike as well, just in case they're playing a heavy deck. We can potentially out-value them and win that way. But the other side is like, we could play in this manner, not playing these cards, but still play the flexors. Let's try the 60. I'll go back and forth on what I like. Gold, Victor Gaming. Gold is good, but I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best. I think some of these other ones are stronger. I think like Ponder being a free card by itself is like super busted. I think here I'm willing to block the 3-block because they likely give it go again. I only leak 1. It's whatever. For Vincent, I would want Ponder, Quicken, and then Vigor. Yeah, Vigor tokens are strong too, right? Not that strong, but... Alright, number 1, Diamond. We can all agree. Number 1 is Diamond. We'll block here. This is effectively like blocking another one, so... Hey, gained 1. Mulch is a do nothing card right now, huh? Alright, ice. Soul Shackle. Soul Shackle is a downside. But it's the ability of Chain is why it's good. So no, I don't think Soul Shackle is very strong. True, but ever cracked 6 gold with double rouse? Yes. I've done some crazy shit with some gold in Victor. I love playing Victor for that reason. Is like some of the crazy shit you can do with him is just like absurd. Just with the card advantage. Especially if you know like what your second cycle is, you're just like get it out. I also like sending like Golden Suns for 20. It's pretty sweet. What are you doing? D-React? Yep, smoke out. Why are you blocking with... I guess you can block with Dynamo. It doesn't change anything for you. This hand's interesting. I think it might be worth blocking with most events. Cause like, I could Arsenal this. I don't think it's probably correct to do anything else. So smoke out. All right, I'll say no blocks to this. Long whiskered loyalty. Buff power. Okay. Is it good to go ahead and do this? I think so. You and you. Just because we can stop the frailty generation. They are on 60 cards as well, something to note. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit more. What the fuck is this? Daggers get +1. Interesting. At the start of your turn. I'm gonna let this happen. I gotta read this card again. Cost 1 less to activate. Draw a card. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So Shackle is not a downside. You have cards now that allow you to control how many shackles you have. Do you? I'm not very well versed in the chain gang. I think it's probably just correct to attack with this, do this, right? Because we can potentially, like Arsenal this, I mean. We can potentially get the decompose for this and it could be strong. Yeah, what is the benefit of a Soul Shackle? Because it gets rid of your ban, or goes to banish. I guess like Rune Gate, now that you have a payoff, you can play cards from banish. I get it, I know what it's doing, but I like in a vacuum, right? The tokens that are just like inherently very, very powerful. It's got Frostbite's got to be up there, but maybe I'm biased. Deadwood Dirge, the other Runeblade stuff, like yeah, that's true. That's true. Dirge Shackle. No, I do like this. This is strong. This is super strong here. All right, so daggers get +1 this turn. Savor Bloodshed. Attacking me. Is it time? Is it time to block with Stalagmite? It might be. Stalagmite Seeds? That's stupid. I don't know. There's like so much shit that they can do. If they want to pitch, I think it's reasonable here because I'm going to be able to felling. Let's do this. Prevent the damage. Now they got to pitch 2 to dagger. It's like pretty baller. If they pitch a blue, I'm gonna feel silly. Silly boy. Ooh, they didn't. Hey, Let's get rid of you, I guess. Earth, more earth, more earth. Sounds good. See, the Morrow is so good. I agree. I've been saying this card is good for a long time. I even play Plume to like get it back. It's sweet. Love the card. We gotta keep the Earth, right? So maybe Entangle goes. It's like the most lackluster. I don't know. It might be pretty good in like a Sotomorrow situation, but I mean, it actually doesn't matter. We only play one Sotomorrow. I don't think I even boarded it in. So they're probably going to be on the Fealty train this next turn. Okay, pitching that, so it's no use in using Stalagmite. So let's go ahead and block with this, because most of their stuff is technically a reaction front pumpy style. That's the only one that's not. Most of the time. They can play the Arachne one too, but it's whatever. I value this card more than the damage. Like the prevention of damage. So let me get a card. Now I'll just attack. Obviously I can't block with this. This is the only downside of this card. It forces you in positions where you have to take damage when you might not want to. Garudian. How do new heroes fill into Gordian? How do the new heroes fill into Guardian? So, in the Jarl, obviously the Draconic ones do tend to struggle. This player seems to be doing pretty well, though. Like, the way that their deck is structured is kind of cool. I think this is a hand where I'm pretty chill. I want to make them pitch, actually. So maybe I'll block here and here. I keep these cards, and then I block the next one with Rebound. I'm just trying to stumble them this turn a little bit, and then I'll Arsenal this. The intent is to do this thing. Sisters of Fire. We'll just decompose, do our thing. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Don't care. Okay. It's pretty good. Damage is good. This, show you this. Disruption. Haha. But okay, to answer your question, new heroes, Draconic can struggle into the Ice Guardian. The Draconic heroes can also struggle into Victor, into the other Guardians. It's like, whatever. They're pretty good. Assassin is a close game. So you saw me lose to a Mario. I actually do think it is decently, probably a little bit favored. This hand fucks. What do I do with this hand? Is it just Oakenold? Probably not. It might be. It might be. I don't know. It's kind of risky, though. So block here. I'll take it. Blistering Blade. His hand just, like, absolutely does nothing. So, like, I can get a card out of them, get another card out of them, attack, arsenal this, maybe do something better, maybe pair it with a pummel. I think that's probably decent enough to take some of this damage. Maybe it's time to block this. Maybe not. Yeah, take it. Is Decimator Great Axe a hard counter? No. It is not. Because if I expect it, then I can just not give a fuck. And then play all the cards and play Sledge. But if like Fang brought in Decimator Axe and like they were literally just Fang, but played the Dory deck, then I'd like lose every time. It'd be so funny. Okay, give another card, please. Thanks. And then we get rid of this, and we want to arsenal this. Decimator X is good, though. But I think you just have to make some really good plays, right? You have to do some really efficient turns. Oh my lord. This is good. I can do it again? I do have the fuel. I don't know. I feel like I'm being really greedy here by doing this. But, I mean, when you got it, you gotta do it, right? It's for the content. Okay. I feel like they have a D-React, though, so, like, this first one isn't going to really do anything. So, I guess I show him Pulse, maybe. No, I'll pitch Pulse. Do you think they announce the new set in London or later? Absolutely. I think they will announce it in London. Oh, it's time. It's time. Sick. They're exposed. They're naked. Give it to me. Pummel? Where the fuck are my pummels? Am I like losing my mind? Have I seen them and then pitched them? I don't remember. This blizzard about to go crazy. Oh wait, they had 2 vigor? Whatever. I didn't even think about that. I'm not taking it back though. It is kind of funny though. My face. Not like this. I probably could have done better just keeping the quick dodge, to be real. But they have to pitch a card to swing their other dagger, which like is not nothing, right? Huge blizzard is not huge. It's not huge. Don't patronize me. Yeah, I'll take this. It's fine. Ooh, what a banger. Pretty good. Attack again. Yes, sir. Probably. I don't know. Yeah. Now I'll take it. How about this? Haha. You have a D-React in Arsenal. I know it. I can feel it. Feel it in my bones. No, yeah, we got him. Right there. Pummel. Nice. We did it. We did it, boys and girls. Man, this tune encounter has done a whole lot of nothing, huh? We block with this. I'm gonna block with this. I'll convert it to more damage. Why not? Hey, good block. Good block. I'll block with this. It's time. I'm starting to lose the value. Okay, now we're gonna use tunic counter. Boom. There we go. Valiant Dynamo. You're gonna have to block with a little bit more to respect my 2-card hand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you block with Dynamo as well? Probably not. It's definitely pummel time because I'm going to draw more pummels. Never mind. Do I keep this hand? Maybe I just take this. They lose all the fealty, which is pretty sweet. Oh, look, you said it. This hand kind of sucks. Arts Incarceration kind of sucks. I want to attack him. But I need to keep one of these for Arsenal. Yeah, whatever. I'll take. Goodbye, fealty. Incarceration is good. I want to keep this because I'm forcing cards out of them anyway, and I'm giving them a frostbite. So I want this. I think this is more powerful at this stage. The card's great, though. The card is super good. If I saw it a little bit earlier, I would be winning a lot more. So. Okay, getting the grains. Happy with that exchange. Very happy. Bro. Pummel doesn't exist. I mean, this channel is like crazy. This Blizzard is also pretty crazy. Maybe I block with this and Blizzard them. Yeah, I think that's probably right. No! I should have blizzarded before the reactions. I'm an idiot. Well, now this feels pretty bad. Hey, look at that. You would use Crown to get a card. Yeah, I thought about that too. This says lethal, so they have to give me a card. Oh my god, please. Please, no. Not like this. I think this is a line where I have to play out the Arctic and just pray. So I think I block here. Because I'm not doing this. I'm gonna flexors here. Alright. Buy tempo. Thanks. I hope. Please. I found them. Here they are. Not a blue. Ha! No blues. No blues for use. Why not that the whim? Because if I no blockies, then it is really bad. So I can pitch this, keep pummel. Okay. What were you doing anyway? Oh, they have the... I got him. Oh, all the D-reacts. Good game. Good game. Sure. 5. You haven't seen 5. Also, I haven't played against a 5 in a while. Is it correct to play flexors? I think so. Probably. I don't want any of these other cards. Yeah, let's play flexers. Why not? Submits. I like it. I like it. There is an angle that like Civic Steps might be better, but I think because you can turn a blue into 6, it's like kind of the same math, right? So like Civics is it's like 6 value with 1 card. So is Flexors. They're about the same. Oh, this hand is butt cheeks. Oh. I mean, I don't want this card. I can guarantee that. I'll just pass. Mask of Pouncing Lynx. Dude, they're trying to make some tigers on me. Pass. Pass, pass, pass. Lord have mercy. It makes a 0 cost 0. So, do I care? Probably not. I want to block with 2 cards, or maybe just 1. I'll take this. This doesn't do anything. Pouncing Lynx. Crack it now, dude. Do it. Hey. There should be no reason they banish a card since it is the starter. Okay, make a fealty. Makes sense. Tangle doesn't do anything. Tangle kind of sucks in this matchup. Figuring that out. It's Jove or Folks. Pack it up. Oh no, he's playing Redwood Hammer. I know. What did they just do? Oh, they got the Phoenix Flame? Sure. Hey, this Redwood Hammer is like just as mid as Titan's Fist. They're both very mid. Oh yeah. I'll take 1. You got me. Sick. My Command and Conquer has text. Wee. No blocks. Big cockers, no blockers. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got a shelter. Luck. Got him. This hand blocks. Sick. Mounting Anger for 2. I'm going to block with this card. I'm so inclined. Since he has text, Brody told me it was just a 2 for 6 that says D-Rex can't be played to this. Oh. Golly. I'm getting topical over here. Think there's any chance we ever get Winter's Well back? Absolutely not. If they reprint Oldham or something, nope. Nope. Not gonna happen. This is better to block with. Ed me bio. I think you meant to say boy. Hey, that's Brett. That's my Brett friend. I'm going to bed, so good night. All right, fair enough. Good night to you. Thanks for joining in. You're a good jobber. Thank you. Thank you. I tried. I'll take 2. You got me. Ed me boy. Yes. Figured it out. Alright, hey, you got another D-Rack, buddy? Very unlikely, to be honest. Winner's Well was just too pushed. Well, you know, there's a lot of shit that's pushed in this game now. I wouldn't be surprised if it was playable. Like, if Jarl had Winner's Well in this meta, I still don't think he would be the top. He'd be good, and he'd probably be A tier for sure, but I'd still just lose to Enigma every day of the week. He'd be much better into these aggro decks. As well, too push, Summit too bad. Maybe Adult Terra is the truth Guardians need. Adult Terra is going to be a tree man. I don't know if y'all knew that. Adult Terra is a tree man. Ha! I got him. Another direct. Oh, la, 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 la. It's free. Oh, dude, this hand kind of fucks. Yeah, we'll take this one. This does nothing but go again. Is that Fang? Is that Fang in the art? That's not Fang. Might be, though. Problem is, he's already really good into the decks that Winner's Well would be relevant against. Just more polarizing rather than better spread. I agree. Yep. I don't think it would affect much. What do we do here? I guess I'll block with this. I kind of want to block with 2 cards and just play channel and say, hey. Playing a lot of blues, though. Pitching a lot. They played a blue, pitched a blue like every turn. I'm debating showing up to my first RTN this weekend, and Jarl is the deck I've been playing the most of, but he just feels so rough. He is a very difficult deck to win with sometimes. I agree. I don't think it's an awful choice, though, but... No, it's definitely something you have to consider. Like, you expect Enigma is going to be rough. That's all there is to it. Can't do anything about it. Hate to break it to you. Maybe I'll draw a D-React soon. Blocked with one early. 6. 6 is pretty nasty. Could have Stalagmite block there, probably. Get rid of a card. This doesn't do anything on defense. Or offense, I mean. It could be okay with Crown, but I'm playing a channel, so like... Let's see, it's turn 4. Likelihood statistically is 2 out of... How many cards have we seen? Turn 4, so that is 16. So 16, 44, 44, 2 out of 44. It's 1 out of 22. Not super high. We'll see other decomposed cards before that, so let's just block. Play your favorite hero. That's what you have always said. That's what Josh says too. I agree. Just have fun, you know? Get good at the hero that you love. I top-8'd Battle Hardened with a hero that everyone thought was absolute garbo. True. So Redwood Hammer is mid and Winner's Well is too good. What is a balanced weapon that helps with the right matchup? 3 cost, 4 power, can't be prevented. That would also be quite wild. I have no idea. I don't know how you make it. Make a heavy Anathos. To where we can play Stalagmite and Anathos. Or make a Summit cost like 5. Come in for 6. Or Summit cost 6 and come in for 7. Like, literally just 1 extra stats anywhere would make that card very strong. Ooh, this Blizzard could be juicy. Could be juicy, bro. This mulch is kind of gas too, right? So there's a couple of options with this hand. It's kind of interesting. I could mulch and then arsenal this and have a crown, or I can block with these 2 cards, play Frostfang, or arsenal this. Really? We're gonna try to stop this turn right here, right now, buddy. Chill the fuck out. But Ed, they can't make ice good again. Yes, they can. I need it. If Summit was a hammer, would it be played? No. The stats on the card just suck. There is a meta where it's good. It's just not this one. Conditional can't be prevented. Could be interesting. I do think that would be interesting as well. What the fuck are you doing, person? Okay, I think it is time to block with this. Right? Is it worth keeping a channel around and taking this damage? I think it might be. If I block with this and I pitch the gauntlets and play Frostwing, that could be pretty sweet. Run into same problems of too expensive. Yes. Yeah, it's the card stats are the problem. It's not the text on the card. Bang bang. Frostwing has text. I'm keeping channel. See you later, buddy boy. What do you think a perfect scenario would be in terms of heroes LLing over the next few months to make Jarl good? Well, Enigma is a bad matchup, first off. So I'm okay having a polarized matchup, to be honest. But the biggest thing that restricts deck building to where we have all of these cards, but we literally can't play them, is probably just new. New is the problem, right? New is the reason that we are the way that we are. So, I mean, that is what it is. Like, I love Glacial Footsteps, Macho Grande, all this other shit. Rousey Ancients. You just can't play the cards. Like, it's just not feasible, which is really sad. Running Renegade. Okay, let's look at this. They have a bunch of 2 blocks, so maybe this Canopy Shelter is a good block. Oh. Snatch, okay, well, you know. I think we're blocking a little bit more. I think we just block with these 2 cards. Bang, bang. Can't keep the channel around any longer. We got its use. It saved so much damage that it's kind of crazy. Frostfang. Apologize for assassin sins on behalf of the assassin community. It's a rough life out here. Assassin is cool though. I really like Mario. I think Mario's sweet. Like I said, I've been playing a little bit of Brian Lauren's list, and it's pretty fun. Not gonna lie, I do like it. There's a lot of like sequencing and stuff like that. The deck can brick though. It's like a Rune Blade. It's crazy. Been times where I had all these attack reactions and no attack, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it's still a cool deck. Love me some disruption. That's my favorite thing. Magic, I played. I think my favorite deck was probably Soul-Tide Bug, or Soul-Tide Bug. Yeah, it's the same thing. Fuck, what do they call that? Shardless Bug. That's it. Shardless Agent in Legacy, and then you would just get a, not Ancestral Recall, but whatever the one is that costs nothing, but you had to suspend it. I don't know. I don't remember its name, but draw 3 cards and do crazy things. You also like would flip into Hymn to Torok sometimes. And I just love that shit. It's so fun. Have an offshoot of his list that has a lot more retrieve in it if you're interested. I think the retrieve number is actually pretty good in my opinion. Like, I don't think I need much more retrieve. This card, next draconic attack. Blah blah blah. I think it's time to just do this. I'm like playing no Arsenal gaming right now. It's kind of wild. Because then just reveal this and pummel this. Is it worth doing this now? They have Tunic, so maybe not. 3 cards. Nah, I'm good. Ancestral Visions. That's it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark S. Like, that deck was sweet. Played Jace the Mind Sculptor and just like lock people out. Don't know it until you try it. That's true. That's true. Don't knock it till you try it. I see. Yeah. Now I'm always willing. Bigger and better. Look at this. I mean, I'm like kind of committed to not blocking now, right? So I'm not going to give up my armor. I could. Maybe it's correct to. It's possible. If they play their last card to get value, like, that's fine, I think. Yeah. Make a fealty. The only thing that would be really annoying is like maybe a lava burst. Go ahead and crack that. Go crazy. I think it might be worth actually blocking with this now just to make sure the mask doesn't go off. Charlotte's was fun. I personally go for High Tide, Show and Tell, and Stacks decks. I also love Stacks decks. Like my favorite deck, basically of all time, was like the old Lands deck. I still have most of the cards. I sold my Mox Diamonds, but I know it's not. It's a little bit of a Stacks. It's kind of prison, right? It's sweet though. Still got my Tabernacle. Yeah. Probably never getting rid of that card. I paid like just a couple $100 for it, so like I could make a shit ton of money, but do I want to? Not really. Stack CDH Jetmir. I feel like I know that name. Go ahead and de-react it. I know. You got it. You got de-react. Haha. You have another loyalty, so they can draw a card next turn. This kind of gas. Lands is great too. Love P-Fire. Yes, yes. That's what I like, is Grove of the Burn Worlds, P-Fire. Getting the utility toolboxy stuff, getting like Tabernacle off of crop rotation. Man, shit was so fun. But it is not very playable anymore. Do you remember Nexus of Rebels? It's from the streets of New Capenna. What color is it? Is it the Grixis guy? Or Jung guy, I mean? Yep. I expected this. Expected them to draw cards. I will draw a Rootbound Carapace at some point. I think Jetmir is John. Not fuck. Okay. That's the one that like buffs all the dudes, right? Oh fuck, no, I don't want to block that. Pfft. Take it. It like gives +1 to different colors, I think. What's this do? Let's stacks create a fealty. Yeah. Xander is done. Yes, depending on how many creatures you have. Oh, yes, yes, it's the number of creatures, not the colors. That's sweet. So yeah, I do know what card you're talking about, because one of my favorite like commanders ever is Hazazon Tamar. Okay, it's a Naya commander, just like yours, and he has the like one of the shittiest abilities in stat lines. He's a 7 mana 2/4, and you make 1/1s at the beginning of your next upkeep equal to the number of lands you control, which sounds pretty good, but if he dies while they're in play, they also die. So the way you get around it is you play him, and because it's delayed trigger, it still stays whether he's on the field or not. So you sacrifice him beforehand, and then you get the tokens and you're good to go. And then you have like doubling season and all this other stuff. It's just kind of cool. Ah, this is not great, right? This is not going the best. I'll block with Canopy Shelter. Like a Searing Emberblade. probably where they're gonna go. I'll block with the Oak and Old. With Oak and Old. Why do they have a card? Oh, it's Phoenix Flame. Yeah, that makes sense. I want to attack with Cadaverous Tilling, I believe. No! They had a great turn anyway. Fuck. Alright, fine. I'll take this. Favorite casual commander is Bright Palm, which is backup +1/+1. Guess which hero I got Fab with for $5. I have no idea. Dory? Probably not Dory. I know this looks stupid, but I really need to get some decompose going. This is coming in for 7, which is like vanilla damage, do nothing. They should have probably masked last turn. I just need this card to like actually fucking do anything. I'm about to quick dodge all over their face. Is there a link for the list? For this list? No. Not right now. Let me think. Let me think for a second. So if I block here, I can pummel this Felling the Crown if all things go well. This Blizzard's pretty good too. But I want to like push lethal if I can this turn maybe. So there's the option of blocking a bunch because I have a bunch of cards. So maybe I do this and this. See where that gets me. I should really have played the Blizzard probably. Whatever. We're out of sequence. I think it is probably correct to go ahead and play this. This is tough. Yeah, I think it's right. Because they have a exposed chest. It's like pay 3. Pay 4 now because of the stalagmite. Not drawing Carapace early can lead the games like this. It can. The tilling is actually like not terrible for helping supplement this. Are they paying 2? They are. Okay. Interesting. So what else can they do here? Just attack with like one other thing. Oh. Attack on nothing. Interesting. Ember Blade. Yeah, you got pitch more, buddy. Ah. Frostbites are insane. What's your PayPal? $5 is yours, lol. For legal reasons, this is a joke. Fair enough. You can tip me any whatever you want. It's all good. I'm not gonna give you my PayPal though. It's okay. I appreciate the commitment. Playing blood. Gaining a resource. Actually, that's kind of banger, right? The fuck are you doing? Oh, it's got to be Draconic because of that other card. This one. What is happening? I'm so confused. Snatch? Bro. That's actually kind of annoying. I think I have to quick dodge. Okay. Bing bang bong. It is time to give me a card. And also another card. Just want to block with a piece of armor. That's fine too. Cool with these options. I think I blocked... No, I haven't seen the second incarceration. Oh! Double sink below, convenient. Alright, give me full tempo, Arsenal pass. His hand is mid. So I can give a Frostbite and play this, not Arsenal this, but this kind of wins me the game if it like ever happens, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I do this and then play this just to get more cards and like try to stumble them. Take it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Give me a card. Feel like your card is worth more than 3 damage. Frostbite is probably worth more too, because of that reason. Discarding. Interesting. Another Frostbite. I guess if they only had 1 exposed, I think that's like, this is a bad play. But because they have double exposed, this is good. Arctic. Fire Tenant. You can't even attack with it. Ah! Got him. Okay, well. Are you scared, opponent? How good is Guardian when Misspell is gone? Pretty good. Pretty good. Assuming they don't print some, like, other bullshit. Fair enough. We did it. GG. Alright. That's gonna be it. This is the last game. I don't remember how many games we played. I haven't kept track. But this is good. The only thing I would potentially play again is maybe Mario. But it's kind of getting late. And need to get up early. But we can chat for a little bit, people. Does Channel Mount Eisen win games, or is it just a 0-cost Ice Go Again block 3 blue? I mean, that's a fair question. That's a fair question. Most of the time, it is that. There are situations where it's actually pretty decent. It might not win the game inherently by its text, but the fact that it's ice and has Go Again, and if you can keep it around, you give your opponent a Frostbite, and you will deal them 1 damage. And if they're at 1, obviously they just die. So I have won, I don't know, like 10% of games with this card. 5%. That's probably a better assessment. It's more than you would think. Legitimately, it is more than you would think. This card is like actually pretty decent in certain scenarios, and it can win you games that you thought that you weren't going to win, just out of nowhere. I think it's a pretty decent ice card to play. If it didn't block 3, there's no shot I'd touch this with a 10-foot pole. But because it blocks 3, it is pretty good. It being 0 cost, Go Again. Yeah, I mean, like, the text on it is good. It's pretty good. I'm judging an Arteon this weekend, but the weekend after, I'll be playing in 1. I'm pretty sure you're going to be using your Ice Jarl, so let me know how it goes. Well, I appreciate that. I need to see. Let me know how your testing goes with the Enigmas and whatnot. I assume you are just dead, but, you know, best of luck anyway. Yo, Mark Poole drew this, did he? Look at that. Hey, Mark Poole is the Ancestral Recall guy and some other things too. Do you only play this in the in-game? Yes, most of the time. I'll do a mid-game just to like give a Frostbite, like I said, if it's against like a Redline style deck or an aggro deck. Because of the Jarl text. They have to have an exposed piece. Otherwise, like, it's just a block 3 and a blue. Do you like the Tillings? The Tillings are fine. I don't hate them. I don't usually play them, to be frank. But having more earth and then being able to decompose in a different way other than root bound is actually pretty strong. So like that one game that we just played, if I did not play tilling, I would be bone zoned, right? Because I wouldn't be able to felling for 8, which is a big deal. It took a lot of cards out of their hand. Now they had a bunch of D-reacts that kind of bricked on themselves, but in general, like it's pretty powerful having more effects like this. It being a 2-block is so rough though. It's so rough. It's just decent value. For your information, so the thought process behind playing against new, it might not be correct to play Sledge realistically, just because, no, it is correct. I thought about this. So I cut the blue attacks. Okay, so there's no blue attacks here. It's kind of like the same idea as my other list. So that's why I'm not playing the Winter's Grasp specifically, and I'm playing Frozen to Death. And randomly, Frozen to Death can be like really strong, right? Like stupid good. It's just got to line up. And otherwise, it's just a block 3 ice, which is still not terrible. But yeah, other than that, it's like I don't really want Arctic into them. I don't want these attacks. And because I'm cutting 9 Earth cards, I think it is correct to play Sledge. That's pretty much it. It makes my Entangles and Mulches worse because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 18. I have 18 Earth in the deck. It's not bad ratios, but it's kind of the thought process and why I chose the blues that I have. Into Viz, I haven't tested this. I would like to pretty soon, but no Arctic, no Rootbound. Blizzard is good. I just don't know what I would cut for it because it would have to be a blue. Maybe the Canopy Shelter is pretty dog water. I think that's probably fair. No Rootbound, like I said. Frozen to Death doesn't really do anything, so tomorrow game is not going to go that long. And then I'm playing the combo, right? The Rolling Fissure and the Tectonic Rift combo. Might be good. Might be good. I'll play it more. Theoretically, this is strong. So we'll play more with this. I just haven't had a chance to play against Viz. I guess a lot of people are burned out from playing Viz from this weekend because they're just like, he's probably gone soon. Am I going to RT on Sunday? Probably not. Probably not, bro. Someone who used to play a lot of new, play Sledge. Yep, Sledge is good. I agree. I like Sledge in the CYB version of this deck into new specifically because you can fatigue new. You just do more damage if you blow up their hat. If I give you a deck list, would you look at it? It's kind of old school Oldham. Yeah, I can. Just send it to me in Discord, and I'll take a look at it for you. I don't mind. But yeah, so this has been fun. I really like this list. Honestly, I don't like this hammer very much, but I think it makes sense in this variation because of the numbers that are in the blues. It's just the more consistent hammer in that case. But I mean, like, every single one of these hammers just sucks, man. It sucks so bad. Like, Miller's is obviously, like, can't play. Anothos is great, but it's 2-hand. This is, like, what we have to play. Titan's Fist is also super mid. If we play Guardian attacks, it'd be actually playable. Would you play instead of E-Strike? I don't own them yet. Instead of E-Strike, let's see. If you're trying to play this list specifically, it's kind of hard to find a replacement for this. You could potentially play... Let's look at our board and see what we're doing this into, right? So I want E-Strike into Viscerai. I want no E-Strike into Syndra. E-Strike into Guardian. Ira, new, this Rye. I think based on this, new, Ira, Guardian, not Syndra. I think you could probably go with Glacial Footsteps Red if you wanted to. I think this is a reasonable like replacement for what it's trying to do. It's just E-Strike is really strong because it has versatility, right? You can 2-card 7, you can 2-card draw a card, you can go again attack with your weapon. Like it's very good for many different situations of the game, right? Where this is very much like if you need to, it's either blocking or it's coming in for 10, right? Like that's all it ever does. I know that it sounds stupid, but you don't have the versatility of being able to block in different ways and see how your opponent like continues their turn, if that makes sense, right? So I love this card. I really do. But E-Strike is literally just the better card. It is. Even though E-Strike and Hammer is only 9, this is more damage, but whatever. I don't understand when I should be trying to play Pummel. When is outed okay instead of E-Strike? The 0 go again? No, don't play that. The card is really bad. Outed, for those of you who don't know, asking the question. If you are marked, you can't play this. That's really bad text. It not blocking is also terrible. If the other hero is marked, this gets +1. You don't mark. So there's like literally no difference in playing this and playing like Trade-In, for example, right? Like you arsenal this, it has go again, but this blocks 2, right? So I would not play that card. I think, yeah, Glacial is where I would go. The Glacial Footsteps, I think, is a solid option. It's in the welcome screen. Pommel has no text. True. Depends on who you play. Would you play? Okay, I'm caught up. Yeah, I think there's a budget version of Jarl if you would like to see it. The budgets. I have so many lists. Where the hell is it? I have so many lists. I guess I could change it to Jarl, huh? Okay, Mirror Breaker Theory, Testing Control, Pummel Sledge, Oakenold, CYB, Decompose, Cosplay List Blues, Jarl and Mavitrady, Armory Deck Upgrades. Looks like her. Yeah, here it is. Would it be the same in the CYB tempo list? Would what be the same? I'm lost. Would you play instead of E-Strike? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that was the question. Would it be the same in the CYB tempo list? No, I think it would be different. So here's a budget list that could be okay for you, but if you're only missing like those kind of cards, then obviously I would probably just play something as close to mine as possible. CYB board. So here, this has a different role, right? So you can play Glacial probably in addition, or not in addition, but over that. But what I would probably do if I were you is, let's see. Let me go to the matchups. So -3. These count. Azalea aggro. Okay, E-Strike. Snag. I think you could probably play more like Smack of Reality Tech if you wanted to. It's just it would force you to play something like Erase Face into these decks. Now, one of them you do want to play it anyway. So I would play Erase Face over the E-Strike regardless against like Dash. Dawnblade, Dory, Fi, Bolton, Katsu, Erase Face into these, and Katsu, it's bad. Zalia, it's bad, but I mean, it's a 2 for 6. So, yeah, I think you could probably play another one of these, play like another Flourish or something like that, and then play another something along the lines of Erase Face, something similar, and that would work. Because the thought process behind that is like, you're not playing these, you're bringing in things that are supplementary, but like when you're playing against Viserai, you would want to potentially cut these and play like one more Smack, one more Flourish, and then that like fixes the numbers a little bit. You also don't have to play Shelter. This is a card that is good for sure, but you can play another on-hit disruptive piece. That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, this has a lot of buttons. Oh, you guys can't see it on stream. I have like 20 buttons on this one. You can see. But yeah, feel free to shoot me a list, DM or anything like that, but we are going to go ahead and call it here. It is very late, so I will see you guys next time. We will probably, I don't know what we'll do next time. We might play some Mario. I've been playing it and liking it. If you guys want to see Mario, if you want to see more Guardian, just tell me. I'll play like the Victor list or something like that. You know, I love Guardian. But if you guys want to see something a little bit different, I'm happy to. But yeah, you are welcome. Glad all of you have continued to stick around. All nearly 100 of you, right? It's been a good stream. Not nearly as crazy as Josh's streams with like 400 people as Warrior Cult, but hey, we need to work on our Guardian Cult. Tell your friends who are playing Guardian to get in here. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again. Bye bye.